Welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to the live broadcast. I'm going to do a little bit of a dark vibe. I think you can still see me, can't you? Welcome, welcome to the show. Good to see you guys. How is everybody doing? Come on in. I want to talk about something. Let me just kind of fix this a little bit. I want to talk about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart, and something that, we all feel. I'm kind of in a real funky mood here, Nez Nation. I'm kind of in a funky mood. It's not all roses here in the digital world. It's not all, candy canes and just butterflies and good times all the time on the internets, as my buddy Tim Knox would say. And I just, want to jump on here and talk about something that I think is really important. This is another request coming from you, Nez Nation. Another video that I want to create for you, and I thought I would go live and do it because I haven't gone live in a while, and I love going live, and pretty much all my videos are like live streams anyway. And there is editing involved. Okay, you can see a lot of glare in my glasses. We're doing the no glasses live stream. How do you like me now? How to handle rejection like a pro. Have you ever faced rejection? Have you ever been forced to deal with people resisting you, people resisting what you do, people rejecting your proposal, rejecting your application, rejecting your creativity, rejecting who you are as a human being? Has that ever happened to you? I want to hear from you. Let me kind of adjust the lighting here. Is this better? Or actually, I kind of like the dual. I'm going to see if I can share this out real quickie. Come on in and share this out. We're going to be talking about how to handle rejection. It happens to everybody. It happens to the best of the best. And I want to talk about how we can come up with some ways in which we can handle it a little bit better. I haven't done a Mindset Live in a really long time, and I'm hoping that the audio is coming in clear. I'm just going to check real quick. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to check real quick. This is going to be a really fantastic broadcast, okay? We're going to be really diving deep into a lot of cool, internal, very, very effective, productive strategies and tips that you can really incorporate into your own life on how you can handle rejection, because you're going to get it. Doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get it. It happens to everybody, and I want to talk about how you can deal with that in a real sort of human kind of way. That's what this channel is all about. We talk about mindset, we talk about writing, we talk about communication, we talk about storytelling. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe below. Leave comments if you have any hacks, tips, suggestions, strategies that really work well for you when you get hit with that rejection note. Leave that in the comments below. I'd love to learn from you, and as well as the rest of our Nez Nation audience would love to learn from you too. I'm just going to double check here and kind of see if this is all working out. Let me go into Video Manager. Go ahead and share this out too if you wouldn't mind. That would mean a lot to me if you could share this out. So, how do you handle rejection? Okay, so this is showing that it is going live right now. Let me see. Hold on a second. I just want to double check this. Okay. We are live. Yes. Yes, indeed. We are live. Okay, fantastic. So, how to handle rejection like a pro. I'm going to go ahead and share this out. See if I can share this on the Facebook really quickly. Come on in. We're talking about how you can handle rejection, how you can handle it like a pro. It happens to everybody. It happens to the best of us. Say hello when you're coming in here too. I would really, really appreciate it. I can see it. I'm actually live streaming from mobile. I've been loving that lately. I've been loving doing that lately. It really is something that I just think is so cool that YouTube has allowed. I've got other videos too where I've streamed from, having under 1,000 subscribers. So I'm just going to share this to my Facebook group, and then we'll get on our way. I also want to talk to you about the Digital Entrepreneur Show, which is a fantastic new show that my cohorts, Tim Knox and Steve Gamlin, Just a fantastic show about three dudes bringing literally over 40 years, 50 years of experience cumulatively into the digital space. I'm just going to share this real quickly. Okay, let's see if that went through. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. All right, we're going to get right into the video. Hopefully, maybe in the replay, I'll kind of edit this stuff out. Let me get my lighting needs to be a little brighter. It looks like I'm already losing juice. So, it happens to everybody. And the first thing I want to say about rejection is there's nothing wrong with you if you feel hurt. It affects everybody. It hurts, okay? You know, even if, you know, especially I love these people who are like, man, I don't care, man, rejection, I don't care what anybody thinks, I don't care what people think about me, man, I just do my... Those people actually care the most. Don't buy that. If you buy that, you got another thing coming. Everybody gets affected by it. Everybody, whether it's a job, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's a business, whether it's, you know, something related to social media, people disliking your videos on YouTube, people leaving some pretty harsh criticism. I've been, you know, getting a lot more trolls. I've been getting a lot more hate mail since I've been growing my business, since I've been kind of on the incline, at least where I was before. An incline is all relative, obviously. And, you know, it's interesting to me to kind of see how, you know, as I've been expanding, as I've been growing, and as I've been working my freaking ass off, everybody's coming out of the woodworks. Everybody's got a comment. Everybody's got something to say. And I think that there's something to be said that, yes, we all want to please everybody. We all want everybody to be happy with us. We all want, I think even the people who made a living out of, you know, out of sort of controversy and contradicting and sort of, rubbing people the wrong way, they want people to like them, okay? They want an audience. Anybody who says they don't want an audience, anybody who says that they don't want to be accepted is full of manure, okay? I'm going to go ahead and say that right off the bat. But the first thing about handling rejection, you know, is just accept it, first of all. Don't fight it. Accept the fact that it hurts. One of the things that I think is really kind of relevant to most people, and this is something that definitely I do, and this is what the kind of Mindset Live comes in, what my channel is all about, is discovering who you truly are, sharing that with the world, okay, internal validation versus external validation. You know, one of the things that I think we do when we get hit with rejection is we turn it into this narrative that we think defines us. We turn it into something that it doesn't really need to be. And when I say we, it's not really we. It's the dude that lives inside here, the eternal doubter. It's the guy that lives inside your brain whose favorite word is can't. Okay, that's the dude. Everybody's got one of these dudes. Okay, you may think that it's Donald Trump that's bringing you down. You may think that it's politicians. You may think that it's, you know, the fact that your team lost the World Series or lost the NBA Finals. You may think that it's your parents, your BFF, your girlfriend, what have you. The only thing stopping you, literally, let me take these things off. Now I'm getting going now. The only thing stopping you from being you and doing what you need to do is this dude right here. That's the only thing stopping you, period. The sooner that you recognize that, the sooner that you understand that, and go test this out. Don't take everything I'm saying for gospel. Go test this stuff out. Go out there in the real world and test this out, okay? If you really, really take a hard look at yourself and be 100% honest, without any fluff, without any well, without any but, without any actuallys, just throw all that stuff in the garbage and really take a hard look. The only thing stopping you from anything you want to achieve in your life, it's not other people's opinions. It's not what that influencer may have said about you. It's not what, you know, the popular sort of format of the day is, it's not the president, it's not your parents, it's the dude that lives inside here, period. Now, the sooner you recognize that, that's power. That recognition, that reinstates the power where it belongs, which is with you. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can touch you unless you let them. Think about that for a second. Now, Professor Nez, tell us practically, what are you talking about? Well, when you get hit with rejection, what we do, let's just say, for example, you get let's take social media, for example. I was going to use a career, like a rejection letter, which I've gotten a million of those. Being an author, I've gotten a million rejection letters as an author. I've sent, I think, over 100 short stories to one publication in my early 20s, thinking I could play the mathematical odds, and not one of those stories got accepted. Actually, maybe it wasn't as high. It might not have been as high as 100, but it was pretty close. There was a certain journal that I thought had all the dignity and respect and the sort of veneer that I wanted in a publication, and I really wanted to get published with them. And I got rejected every single time. It killed me. It hurt like hell. I stopped writing for a long time because of that. Let's take social media. Okay. Maybe I'll come back to that example, but using social media, let's say you get a comment, a hater, a troll, which everybody does. Let's say you get, if you get something like that, okay, and somebody, says something really cold and harsh, and we like to pretend that we're not affected by it. A lot of people like to pretend that they're not affected by it, even though people have actually ended their existence based on people leaving harsh comments. Your words are power. The pen is truly mightier than the sword. Don't get it twisted. Your words are extremely powerful, and how you communicate, how you wield them, how you use them really has an impact on people. What we start to do is we start to create this story out of it. Okay, we'll get a million likes, right? We'll get a million comments, thousands of comments, hundreds of comments, dozens of comments that say, dude, you rock. But that one comment that says, not so much, we focus on that. We focus on that. This dude, the dude inside here, we focus on that. So then rejection becomes this sort of cloud that follows us around, and we invent this narrative. Well, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Maybe I shouldn't be posting videos. Maybe I shouldn't be going live. Maybe I shouldn't be doing the thing that I want to do because that one person said, hey, I don't really feel that your content is valid. It could be something like that. Maybe it's not even that harsh. It could be something very simple as that. I just kind of made that up. I don't think your content is valid. I don't think your content really does anything. You shouldn't be doing this. One person, and that's a whole other psychological trip too. Anybody who feels the need to go out of their way to kind of spew hate on you rather than be creative and do their own thing, and just, who has the time to hate? Anybody who has the time, even has the time to hate, right? You got to think that I actually feel sorry for those people. I don't hate back on them because you can't beat hate with hate anyway. I've talked about this in previous broadcasts and shows. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, you can't defeat darkness with more darkness. You just got to turn on the light and then watch them disappear. Here, I'll show you how it works. So we have dark, right? Darkness. I turn on the light. Watch what happens. All that darkness disappears. You see that? Well, maybe not as much as I would have liked. That's a little bit better. That's a little smoother. All that darkness disappears. So we invent this narrative. We invent this story that, maybe they're right. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe the fact that I didn't get that job, maybe I'm really not qualified. And this thing starts to snowball. It starts to build. It starts to build. One thought on the other. One thought compounding the other. One idea. This is all illusion. This is all just a false narrative, a false story that you've concocted. It's a self-destructive mechanism. So the first step in handling rejection, is to accept the fact that it hurts. Accept the fact that you're a human being. Accept the fact that it doesn't feel good. But don't make a decision based on that rejection, whatever form of rejection that makes. Here's the real crux of this video. Don't make a decision based on that rejection in that initial phase, in that initial state of feeling hurt by the rejection. I'm going to say that again, just so it makes sense. So first thing is allow the rejection to take place. Allow the feeling of hurt to take place, okay? Let it be there, because it's going to happen, okay? It's going to happen. And if you try to admit to yourself that you're not hurt by it, I think you're full of crap. I really do think you're full of crap. I don't think you're really being honest. It's okay to feel hurt by rejection. It's okay to feel anxiety. It's okay to feel stress. It's okay to feel, confused and discombobulated. You're a human being. You're not perfect. We invent these narratives about ourselves. We think that we shouldn't be feeling these feelings. Or even worse, we invent this narrative that because I'm feeling anxiety, because I'm feeling hurt by this, means it might be true, or means that there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm deficient, maybe I'm weak, and then that snowballs. And really that comes with unawareness. When you're aware, the most powerful tool you have in the human tool belt is awareness, right? You can circumvent those issues. You can bypass that. It's a beautiful buffer. That recognition, that attention. What am I doing right now? Why am I inventing this story about myself? Why am I perpetuating this false image, this delusion that there's something wrong with me because I'm a human being and I have these feelings? Yes, you're a human being. You're going to have feelings. It's natural. Then once you have that feeling, once you accept it, wait, pause. Okay, you need to come at this with objectivity, because the rejection, I'm not saying you should deny the rejection. This isn't one of those videos, man, don't care what other people think, man. Just, you be you. You just be you and you just do your thing and don't worry about what other people think. No, that's not one of those videos, okay? Because it might actually be good advice. The rejection actually might be true, okay? Or it might be something you can take from it rather than just inventing this story. It's still, now when I say true, I don't mean that there's something wrong with you because of the rejection, but there might be actually something constructive in that rejection, whatever that rejection is. This is how you handle rejection like a pro. You don't take it personally. You really look at it objectively. And what do I mean by objectively? Without emotion, much like the kind of Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius and Plato and Socrates. Is you look at it objectively. You don't let the emotions get involved. A great neuroscientist once said that anger takes 90 seconds to travel through your system. That when you get an email that pisses you off, or when you get some type of impulse or some type of causation or message that causes you to get angry, whatever that is, your child doing something, your wife, your job, your coworker, a friend, whatever that stimulus is, that when the bubbles are, kind of bubbling, when the boiling is boiling, so to speak, that is the most important thing you can do is wait. The most important thing you can do is just take a step back and be patient and recognize this isn't the correct mind state for me to be making any constructive decision about my life. It just isn't, okay? So once you accept the fact that it's okay to feel hurt by rejection, it's okay to feel like, man, gosh, that really sucks. They didn't accept my story. I didn't get the job. I got a serious harsh comment on social media. I got a bunch of dislikes. I got resistance. My proposal wasn't met at work. The meeting went terrible. The boss denied my raise. Whatever rejection, whatever manifestation that the rejection comes into place, it's important to first accept the fact that, you know what? It's okay to be hurt. We've got a pill for everything nowadays, right? You're feeling like you can't get sleep, here's a pill. You're feeling like, you have some problems in social situations, here's a pill. There's a pill for your weight. There's a pill for depression. There's a pill for sadness. There's a pill for lukewarm sadness. There's a pill for mildly kind of misshapen, barely creeping up depression. There's a pill for everything. Stop taking those pills. Put the pills down, I'm not no psychologist. I'm not no clinical disclaimer. I'm not trying to say, stop. If you're on medication right now, consult a real physician and doctor. We interrupt this message to bring this disclaimer. But do I think that do I think that there's certain things that you don't need to take a pill for? Absolutely. Feelings are nothing. They come and go. What doesn't come and go, Nez Nation? This is the key. There's something that doesn't come and go. You need to discover this. This is your liberty card. This is your ticket to freedom. True freedom. Everything else comes and goes, right? Anger comes and goes. Sadness comes and goes. Happiness comes and goes. Depression comes and goes. Good times come and go. Bad times come and go. The sun comes and goes. Nighttime comes and goes. Summer comes and goes. The seasons come and go. Everything comes and goes. But there's something that doesn't come and go. What is that, Nez Nation? What is that? You need to discover this. This is your sovereignty. This is your key to liberation. There's something here that watches everything come and go. Thoughts, feelings, sensations. They're all like clouds in the sky that come and go. But in order for them to come and go, where do they need to have space to come and go? This vast sky, right? And I don't want to get too woo-woo here, but on a practical level, if everything comes and goes, can it really be you? It's about misidentification. What really my channel trailer kind of speaks about this. It's about misidentification. We feel if take somebody who's a creative author like me, if you take back the story I talked about of, getting all those rejection letters for my stories and my publications and my books, and now I'm a 7-time published author. If you go back to that story and you look and you see that if I had really taken the rejection, hey Tim, good to see you, evening. If I had really taken the rejection, so that one publication, I'm not going to give them a name. Okay, this is back in my 20s. I sent it was double digits. I sent that many stories to them that I written. And here's the thing. If I had taken that rejection personally, so I get the rejection after rejection after rejection, right? Which is part of being a human being. You're going to be bombarded by rejection day and night, right? I could have taken those rejections to imply that I'm not a good writer, that I'm terrible, that I should never pick up the pen again, which is just not true, okay? Or perhaps not true. In other words, being in that state of, distortion, it's a distorted state. It's a state of frustration, anger, hurt. Those are not mind states that you can really make productive decisions about your life. If I'm making the decision of whether or not I'm a good writer in that mind state, it's bound to go awry. It just is. But if I first allow the feeling of, that sucks. Being rejected really, really sucks. I hate being rejected. It doesn't feel good. Nobody likes rejection. It doesn't feel good, right? You're a human being. It's okay. It's okay to feel rejection. It's okay to feel hurt. Just wait before you make any decision about it. What most people do is we invent this narrative. Well, because I was rejected, I'm an idiot. I'm a loser. I should quit. I should never create again. I should never write again. I should never do a video again. Maybe I shouldn't post on social media. This narrative. So going back to the neuroscientist who said it takes 90 seconds for anger to kind of really run its course through your system. At least wait 90 seconds. Everybody on planet Earth can at least wait 90 seconds before making a decision. That's how you handle rejection like a pro. This isn't one of those videos. Don't feel hurt. If you feel rejection, that means there must be something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. This isn't one of those. Test this stuff out. Test this stuff out in the real world. Don't take what Professor Nez is saying just for gospel. You need to test this stuff out. Right? The next time you get hit with a real kind of brick of rejection, the next time you feel, that sense of, exclusion in whatever manifestation, see how you feel and how quickly do you react to it. Timing is everything. How quickly do you react to it? Most of the times, if you react within that state, it's bad boogie, Nez Nation. Good stuff just doesn't happen when you react in that state. If you wait a little while and allow those feelings to pass, if you wait just a tiny bit and allow those hurt feelings to take their course, whether it's anger, frustration, sadness, what have you, okay, really have the wherewithal, and you have the power too. This is what's cool about this, is you actually have the power. Okay, you don't have to react to what the mind is throwing at you. You don't have to react to what the eternal doubter is giving you, the dude that lives inside your head. If you wait a while, I think there was another beautiful quote, I forget who it was, but something that you cannot solve problems. I think it was Einstein, actually. Shit, Tim, why do I feel like I'm feeling deja vu? If you're there, I feel like Tim was the one who corrected the quote. Was that you, Tim? Could it have been you? Tim says, can't please everyone, and not everyone is going to like you. What you say, stop trying to please. Yeah, let me go. I can check this out on YouTube. I kind of missed that, Tim. Sorry. I'm not wearing my glasses because my ring light is glaring big time. I apologize. I'm trying to do a cool little ambiance here, just a little mellow. Never mind the fact that it's just hot as shit. I want to see what you said there, Tim, because I think that was powerful. Unless you want to write that down again. I don't think you do. So, Tim says, can't please everyone, and not everyone is going to like you. What you say or what you do. Stop trying to please everyone and do your best. The right ones will find you. Yeah, I mean, again, easier said than done. It's not necessarily... Yeah, I don't, I completely agree with you, Tim, and that's a fantastic point. And it's impossible to please everybody, so you might as well not try to. I think Bob Dylan, I remember reading one of his memoirs where he said, you can't please everybody, so you might as well not try to please anybody. And I kind of stole that line. I've been saying that line in all my speeches and engagements and stuff like that. Yeah, you definitely can't please everybody. It's impossible. It's an impossibility. Even if I've said this in previous videos, even if your Mother Teresa in your entire life has been philanthropic and altruistic and giving, there's going to be one hater out there. Damn, you got to give so much? Look at her, man. All she does is give. Somebody's going to hate. Somebody's going to hate. But I also want people to know that how you handle rejection like a pro, okay, is to first accept it, accept the feeling of hurt, and then second, give it time. All right. And then thirdly, here's the last thing. I want you to look at it objectively, because who knows, maybe within that rejection, there's some kind of key of how you can become better, how you can advance, how you can improve, how you can grow as an individual, as a human being. Does that make sense? Damn it, is my Nez Nation sound crooked again? Wait, Tim is right. Ha! I like that. That's a little better. As a friend of mine says regarding stuff like that, get over it. Yeah, easier said than done. It's not about getting over it, I don't think. It's not about just dismissing what other people think. It's not because also it's easier for other people. Everybody's different, right? Tim, I love what you said. I love your contribution, Tim. Just really, this is about practical tools. I'm really talking about, yeah, it's still an emotion. Yeah, absolutely. Practical tools. And I think really men, right, Tim? It's so interesting. Yeah, has to be dealt with. Thank you. It's interesting. Like men, I mean, I had a friend who killed himself. I think we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary, actually. He ended his life, and he never shared how he truly felt. He never told us what was going on inside him. And, he was probably in his mid-50s, I think 55, 56. And, every time we saw him, every time we talked to him, hey, man, how's it going? This is every dude's conversation on the planet right here. You ready? Tim will agree with this, I'm sure. Every dude's conversation on the planet. What's up, dude? How you doing? Oh, not much. Okay, cool, later. That's every dude's conversation on the planet. I'm going to be really kind of sexist here in a second here, but I mean, I'm not sexist, but I'm going to be stereotypical. You know, you take that same kind of, now, girls, like a group of girls or friends of girls, right? Yeah, exactly, Tim. You know, hey, how you doing? You know, if a girl tells her girlfriend, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of emotional, that's normal. What that friend will do will probably call 6 of her girlfriends, all meet at Starbucks and start talking about stuff. Now, if my friend, you know, this is what I think we need to change about this dynamic. Now, if dudes do that, I mean, everybody look at each other like, what? Like if I went to Tim and said, hey, Tim, what's up, man? How you doing? He goes, I'm feeling a little emotional right now. I'm going to be like, okay, cool, later. I'm going to go get a burger. Bye. Right? Most dudes will do that. That's something that we have to change. Yeah, there would be no, that's very good, Tim. Jeff Foxworthy said there'd be no greeting card business if it were not for women. Absolutely, positively. You can say that again. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, there wouldn't. Dudes are just really kind of introspective. They're not as talkative. I mean, there's just some stereotypes that are absolutely true for the most part. There's always exceptions, of course. I'm probably an exception. I probably talk more than most dudes out there. That's my gig, you know, that's my livelihood is communications and broadcasting and coaching and consulting and teaching. But I think because of that stigma, I think because it's so-called, you know, it's kind of like a 50s mentality, you know, that if a man shows emotion, if a man shows, you know, any kind of emotion that doesn't, you know, kind of align to that kind of macho alpha male kind of sign of toughness, you know, sign of togetherness, holding it togetherness or well adjusted, that you're considered weak, you know, you're considered deficient, or there's something wrong with you. And I think that's just a bunch of BS. And if my friend who killed himself 2 years ago, I think the anniversary just passed. I don't even know. I think he did it in May, actually. Instead of that typical conversation, if he would have said, hey, man, how's it going? If I would have said, hey, man, how's it going? He would have said to me, you know what, dude? I'm not doing so good. I'm not doing so hot. I would have said, well, shit, man, let's go have a beer. Let's talk about it. I would have definitely done that, but he never did that. We never found out what was really going on inside him until it was too late. How do you handle rejection like a pro? You're a human being. You're allowed to feel every feeling, every complex, insanely powerful, highly, diverse array of feelings that come with being a human being. You're allowed to feel those things. You're allowed to feel those things. Accept that. It's okay to be a dude and cry. It's okay to be a dude or dudette and feel hurt and admit that you feel hurt. It's okay to not know what the hell you're talking about sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. It's called being a human being. Okay, there's no such thing as an expert. Really, there's no such thing as, nobody knows what the hell they're doing. You want to know, here's really probably the greatest tip on any YouTube live stream ever. You want to know everything there is, the secret to life? Nobody knows jack. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Nobody. You see these people walking down the street with suits and ties and briefcases. Hi, I'm Harold. I'm going to nobody knows what they're doing. Listen to this, Nez Nation. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody's just doing the best they can. Period. Everybody's just doing the best they can. And it comes out in weird, funky, funkadelic forms, right? And shame on you for judging that. Shame on anybody for judging that. I am so absolutely elated that we have all these different, funky, weird, eclectic, diverse dudes and dudettes walking this blue-green earth. I mean, if everybody on earth was like me, shit, I'd jump off a bridge yesterday. Can you imagine if the entire world was like me? Hello. I don't think so. It's okay to feel these emotions. It's okay to feel these feelings. Accept it. Don't invent a narrative. Don't identify with those feelings. They're just feelings. They come and go. They pass. I posted a really cool quote by Saint Teresa of Avila, who, you know, in her day, she was, God, I can hear Tim's voice. Name drop. I'm a professor, man. I've read every book under the sun practically. I've got references. Okay, I've got references. You want to see my bibliography? Maybe I'll leave my bibliography in the description below. But, you know, Saint Teresa of Avila, she said a really cool thing. And I don't know if Tim, if you saw this or anybody else watching saw this, but it was a beautiful quote. In her day, she was kind of sort of indicted and sort of ostracized, you know, from society because, you know, she started kind of having these strange, you know, things started happening to her, and she was having these visions and talking about it. In those days, I can't remember what century that was, probably when, you know, probably in medieval times. Name dropping is what professors do. Their head is so full of stuff it leaks out. I love that. That is so true, Tim. It literally oozes out. I can't even stop it. The shit just comes, right? Totally. And it's not, doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that we're smarter or nothing like that. No, it doesn't mean anything. That's just what it is. That's another thing, too. We compare too much. I think that's where rejection really plants its roots in us, is that we compare. Like, well, that person didn't get rejected, but I did. It doesn't mean anything. It just means it wasn't your time. Or it just means that they just happen to, I mean, really a lot of stuff has to deal with luck. I'm losing my lighting and I'm losing my battery and I'm just getting cooking. We've gone over almost 40 minutes though. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of how to handle rejection like a pro. Leave in the comments. If I get enough comments and emojis with thumbs up saying we want a part 2 of this, I will do a part 2 of it tonight or in the near future. How many people want a part 2 of how to handle rejection like a pro? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know with your thumbs up emojis. Yeah, I do. Thank you. Can you come on over, Tim? Absolutely. You know, we compare too much. I think we compare way too much, you know, and we got to stop doing that. Comparisons are odious, in the words of Henry Miller. Another name drop. Comparisons are odious. Everybody's different, and they're different for a beautiful reason. They're different. They're different for the perfect reason. They're different because different is awesome. Because if everybody was like you, this would be a shit-effed planet. We need diversity. Diversity is such an amazing thing. Have you ever noticed, on a side note, have you ever noticed mixed children are absolutely gorgeous? Now, here's how my funky brain looks. If you agree with that, disagree with that, what have you, leave it in the comments. Hey, Gord, good to see you. But mixed children are absolutely beautiful. And I think that they're beautiful for a reason. I mean, Steph Curry, right, comes from mixed parents. Steph Curry's a really good-looking dude, right? I mean, Tyra Banks. Rihanna comes from mixed children. I mean, those are just a few examples. I think there's a really good reason for that. I think the universe, okay, not to get all kind of creepy and religious here, but I think the universe and what have you are kind of sending us a little sign there. Diversity is a good thing. Diversity is a beautiful thing. Okay, so really quickly before I run out of lighting and before I run out of power, 3 things to handle rejection like a pro. And if you want a part 2, again, leave it in the comments below. Number 1, accept that it doesn't feel good to be rejected. It's okay. Accept the feeling. Number 2, don't invent a narrative out of that rejection. Okay, allow some time to pass. Don't look at the rejection in the same mind state. Don't look at the rejection in the same mind state that you're currently in, feeling the hurt from. So in other words, when you're hurt by rejection, okay, don't try to make a decision while you're in that mind state about the rejection, because that's where it gets really, really funkadelic and we end up making a lot of mistakes. Take some time, breathe, take a step back, accept the fact that it doesn't feel good, accept whatever emotion, whatever feeling, whatever anxiety, whatever frustration comes, okay, and let it pass, because it will pass. I promise it'll pass. And then the last thing, after you've accepted it, after you have, you know, separated yourself from the mind state that really the rejection derived from, look at it objectively after you've come back with fresh pair of eyes, because there may be something in that rejection that you can use, you know, to perpetuate your growth, to really help you with whatever you want to achieve. Maybe there's something constructive in there. You never know. But looking at it within the same mind state that created it, ooh, that's bad boogie. Okay, I'm going to jump off here. I've been on here long enough and I'm losing power as we speak. This is kind of cool, huh? Do you see the little kind of colors? Kind of cool little background. Let me know if you like the background. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit that bell notification. You'll always get notifications when I go live. I'm going to be going live a lot more on YouTube. I love live streaming. I'm also going to leave in the show notes. I'm going to leave links to our Digital Entrepreneur Show. This is a podcast, YouTube show. We have a Facebook page. It's a brand new podcast that I'm co-hosting with two brilliant minds in the digital game, Steve Gamlin and Tim Knox. I'm going to leave links to that. You've got to subscribe. And please write a review on iTunes. We're on iTunes. I believe we're on SoundCloud and Google Play. All that good stuff. We're coming at you every single week, 2 episodes every week, on how to really further your game in the digital entrepreneurial kind of landscape. And if you want to run, if you're thinking about running an online business or what have you, we have a bunch of great topics. The last show just aired today. We just posted it today. It just launched today, episode 3, talking about websites and blogs and are they even important anymore, or why are they important, or what you should do about them. You should really check them out. And then lastly, if you want a part 2 of this, how to handle rejection like a pro, please leave me an emoji in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to Nez Nation, y'all. You got to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And please share this out. Please leave comments. I'm going to come back and check out the comments. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. How to handle rejection like a pro. It's okay to feel rejected. It's okay to feel any emotion, any feeling. Just don't create a narrative out of it. Don't identify that that's who you truly are, because it's not. It will come and go, and anything that comes and goes is not you. Don't ever forget that. See you guys next time. This is Professor Nez. Love you, love you, love you. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.